I just wanna be loved.
Out, 'cause I cannot fight this feeling anymore. Feels like I've been blown away. I'm pushing out, we're not running round in circles anymore. Feels like I've been blown away, and I won't do it again. No, 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 I won't do it again. No, 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 I won't do it again. And I won't do it again. And I won't do it again. I'm reaching out, 'cause I cannot fight this feeling anymore. Feels like I've been blown away.
Hello everybody and welcome to another streaming night. Tonight we got ATG 0 versus ZAGZMarshmellowZ. Week 4 I think it is. About to head into game 1. As you can see, we've got Wukong and Volibear banned, which I would think you tend to agree with.
Yeah,
Chicken boy.
makes me happy to see that. Unless they were planning on trying to first pick either of those, but yeah, maybe rather just ban it away. But yeah, the next two bans, yeah, a bit less common bans, but probably very specific target bans at certain players. So we'll see how that works out. Nunu, we've seen quite a lot of Nunu jungle in this league.
Yeah.
So not a bad. I still think Trundle in the jungle is very
Right.
good.
It's very...
We've seen quite a lot of Fiddle in the jungle. Ornn still has very high priority. Lulu,
Yeah.
probably Lulu and Thresh probably the two highest priority
In the bot side.
support. So there's still quite a lot of picks that I'd say are generally regarded as high priority, as well as the never dying man, the man with the massive shield.
And damage.
Yeah.
And
so I
engage
wonder if
and-
we'll see something like a Ornn come out here on the red side. Okay, no, they're gonna rather go for something like the Urgot. Okay, no, this is fine. We've seen Urgot do really well in the top lane as well, most of the time. I think he had 1 or 2 bad games, but generally does quite well.
Mm.
If they were gonna go Hecarim in the jungle, they probably don't need to lock it in yet. If there's something else that they wanted to secure, but maybe they don't want to show their hand too much. I wonder if they're going to try and grab a support on their third pick, but let's see on the blue side what they go for. So I mean, Sett can be flexed pretty much anywhere. I don't think he'll go support. I think it's between top and okay. I'm guessing probably in the top lane. He can go support. He's not a bad support, but I think there are better supports out there at the moment. Jarvan is like definitely in the jungle. So let's see. I probably want to see either a high priority ADC or support.
Yeah, we've been seeing
Picked,
quite a
yeah.
bit of Jinx as well come through from some of the teams, so... Okay.
Okay, there is this. Yeah, I like Lulu.
Yeah, I say like Lulu. I agree
quite
with
like
that one.
So, I mean, if you think of Hecarim, he's going to want to ulti onto the back line. And Lulu is quite good at shutting that down. Okay, she can't really stop him from ulting, but the moment he ultis in, she can just turn him into a critter, and that's going to negate a lot of the damage, follow-up damage that he can do after that.
And I mean, her OT is also going to be able to, I think, most likely either the Sett or the Jarvan just OT that whole team and probably knock them up, depending on who gets more people around them, or
Or she'll
keep the
just
ADC
keep
alive.
the ADC,
Yeah.
probably just keep the ADC alive.
A lot
So,
of engage.
okay, so talking about ADCs, we haven't seen any ADCs yet. So yeah, Cog, we've seen Cog do quite well. You mentioned the Jinx, which you've seen do quite well. Ashe has already been taken away as well. I wonder if we'll see. We saw some misfortune bans in the one game.
Yeah, we haven't seen
You
much of
know-
Felios either. I
Yeah.
think, look, he's quite a complicated champion to play if you can't get those gun selection right or
Yeah, he got
rotations.
nerfed on the patch that we're on now. Even internationally, he's really dropped in priority. Varus is still considered quite strong internationally, but even in Europe, his prio has fallen down because people are, just the pure lethality is quite easy to mitigate if you go full tank. Urgot, Hecarim, Leona, these are people you don't want to go lethality against.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we'll see something along the lines of like a Jinx. What goes well with Lulu? Would Ezreal go well with Lulu?
Jinx is a good one.
huh?
Oh, there's the ban on the Arazhel.
Is the Ezreal
I
ban?
mean, I feel like any real, even Lucian could be a good one. He does have the dash, but it's more on just like the extra attack. Caitlyn even, I mean, if a trap goes down, yes, it's not the most ideal because, okay, there is a slow to possibly help Caitlyn land those traps, but it's also tricky. Oh my word, they have such a tanky line. A Vayne
Wow.
would maybe do good, but they have so much CC. I'm just thinking the
problem
Vayne with
is
the true
range
damage.
I think you want to go some. I mean, who else could go Blade of the Ruined King? The Twitch has been taken away.
Lucian.
Yeah, but he's also quite short range.
No, he is.
Because I think you want range. Would you go Tristana?
I
Doesn't
wouldn't.
go Blade of the Ruined King.
I wouldn't, honestly.
So
Okay.
they are going to go Vayne. Yeah, okay, so I suppose it makes sense. My only question on the red side is this is not going to be an easy team to siege with, because your ADC is going to be literally the only range that you have. I mean, you're in, or like, engage or nothing kind of comp. They don't really have disengage either.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
So
tank
what
class.
I was thinking the Tristan is, she has that ulti. She could always knock the Hecarim or the Galio or the Leona or the Urgot away. Whereas now Tristan and the other team, she's going to be able to hit the Sett or the Jarvan or the Mordekaiser, one of those guys away. But if we just have a look here, so it's probably going to be Mordekaiser in the mid lane against the Galio. It's not necessarily the easiest. I don't know, what do you think? Or do you think Sett? So honestly, my thinking is if I'm playing against Galio, I want to be AD if I'm playing against Galio. I don't want to be AP playing against Galio just because of that passive
Shield.
shield that he gets to mitigate magic damage. So my thinking there is that the Sett might want to play against the Galio. Also because I think Sett does quite well into melee matchups. But I'm not quite sure how the Mordekaiser does against the Urgot. I would think that he would do just fine.
Yeah, look, I think for me, I prefer the Sett into the Galio as well. Just that the fact that it might be a little bit easier to hit that true damage coming out from his face breaker. With that shield as well, he normally, well, Galio should be closer to you, but he's also, I think, a bigger target where Urgot is able to attack you for quite a while and move around you while he's attacking you, so it might be a little bit harder to hit that face breaker. I've seen it quite, well, I've played the matchup as well, but I've seen it quite a bit where if Urgot charges forwards and then does, or he has that Gatling gun that's just attacking you the whole time, it's relatively easy to dodge the damage, although it is sustained damage, which is what Sett kind of wants. He wants like a long elongated fight to get that shield and damage going up. So it's a tricky one, but yeah, I think Mordekaiser would actually be good against Urgot. I mean, Urgot also does relatively well against melee damage, and yeah, Urgot's range is relatively short. So I don't think it should give Mordekaiser an issue, especially if he goes for the Rileys, he gets that. It should at least.
We haven't seen people typically go Rileys anymore. We've actually seen, I mean, we saw one example of someone try go Glacial Augment. Do not need the Rileys. Because look, the slow makes like a big difference.
Yeah.
I've also played a lot of Mordekaiser, and that slow, especially once you activate your passive, no one can, well, if anyone's
Hardly.
in that passive, they can't run away from you. Because they're just like perma-slowed.
Which I think, for the Urgot, I think that's really good because, I mean, if you're really tanky, one, it gives you tank stats and the slow, then you can't get out. And then if you have Liandry's, the burn with the extra, I mean, that's the perfect combination,
Yeah, Liandry's, I think, will do really, really well against these tanks. Who do you think Mordekaiser is going to ulti, though, in like a team fight? In a 5v5, who do you think is going to ulti? Unless, ignoring the fact that someone's maybe super fed. The Galio, so he can't ulti?
Possibly.
Unless he's already ulti, then it's too late.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it would be nice.
He has a lot of CC. He has the taunt. He's also their only magic damage. So he's a tank, but he's also their only source of magic damage. So if your team goes like, if Sett and Jarvan are full tanks with armor, and Mordekaiser takes Galio out of the fight, no one's going to be able to kill Jarvan and Sett.
Yeah, my thinking was taking out the Tristana because she's the only damage dealer. So if you can take her out and let essentially your team kill the tanks, then essentially there's no front line later on in the fight. So
yeah, but don't you think Jarvan and Sett have a better chance of being able to kill the Tristana than the Mordekaiser does? Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's not that clear cut. For me, like most of the times when we see Mordekaiser picked, it's against like a Ornn. Then he ulties the Ornn so he can't ulti his team, or it's against the Fiddle, or it's against the Wukong, and it really shuts down that like game-changing ult. Whereas there's no one. Yeah, you could say Galio is a really big ult, but even there, I don't think his ult is like as game-changing as a Fiddle or a Wukong or an Ornn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who he decides to prioritize. Yeah.
I suppose we'll try to keep track of it as much as we can. It's going to be, like you say, it's going to be interesting to see who he does. For once, my game actually loaded quickly. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, because normally if it loads quickly, then I have lagging games, so we'll have to see with that. But in terms of sums, 3 Conqueror, or Masteries, 3 Conquerors, 2 TPs, Exhaust coming out on the Lulu. That's for ZAGZ. ATG, we got 2 TPs as well. 1 Conqueror.
To be honest, I'm trying to sort out the table here, and I don't know if this is Sett mid or top. I'm pretty sure it's mid.
We will have to
Fluffeh
see.
4K. Oh man, I have my first lag spike already.
Okay, I'm good. Nothing. We do have a 5-man stack from ATG coming on this right side. Vayne is in this bush. Probably see this and ward. Yes, there it does come
they
down.
killed the ward.
Yeah, they do kill the ward, like you mentioned, and just back off. Let's see if I can get to real time here. I'm just gonna jump. I wish it just automatically calls you up to real time anyway. Oh, and as I say that, I get a small lag
The
spike.
problem is every time it's like every time we jump to lag, then Riot's like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
We do see actually a deep wall coming out from the side of ZAGZ. So ZAGZ is on the left or on blue side for anyone who's watching. But they do put that deep ward kind of by the Raptors here, as you can see. So they will have vision.
Ooh, it looks like Sett's going top.
Okay, I'm gonna put him top, and
yeah, it looks like Sett's going top.
Okay,
I'm a little bit surprised.
Death push in the bot lane.
We've seen this
Jarvan actually goes
times.
over to steal the blue.
I think I'm slightly behind you, but that's fine. I like this path that the Vayne and the Lulu took into lane.
Well, around by Grom
because they dropped that ward, but then it got destroyed, so they had no vision of that bush. And honestly, you don't lose anything running that way around. Really nice little adaptation there from them. I think really being aware of the state of the game. So well played.
And we do see Jarvan coming in for a level 2 gank. No jump, EQ onto the Leona. No condemn ready here, and that's a dead Leona. Yep, good job on that side of ZAGZ, utilizing the invade and level
Kayn
2.
Took a lot of damage though in that trade.
True.
But she'll be okay.
She did get the first blood as well, so.
I think it was good that the Leona didn't flash though.
Yeah.
There was probably no way she gets out.
I agree with
that.
She
might have, but it's very unlikely.
Oh, here comes Jarvan in the mid lane.
Oh, yeah.
Can he be 2 for 2? Does get the EQ, but now Mordekaiser is not helping. Jarvan does just get some damage and backs off, and I do get a lovely lag.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what Jarvan is good at. He's good at ganking. So I'm happy to see this. Happy to see that Jarvan, he took 2 buffs and then he started ganking, and that's fine. Yes, his jungle's getting invaded on by the Hecarim, taking his chickens, but that's fine. And he's just like that. He's moving to the top lane again, and this is perfect.
Big wave coming out here from Sett though. Oh, does get the Jarvan toss, which is ideal. EQ does get the knock up. Speed up, flash, face breaker, and does get the kill. So
yeah,
nice.
And that's fine. He only has 8 farm. He's actually only killed 2 things on the map. But the amount of pressure that he's put down with his ganks is this is really good out of a jungler. So really well played. What's it? Ironhide on the Jarvan. Understanding the strength of his champion.
Ooh, Galio going in. Mordekaiser actually turning this fight. Does take a tower hit, but...
And that's the thing, Mordekaiser is not going to enjoy this matchup.
Here comes Hecarim in the mid lane, does tower dive, and does get the kill. Easy peasy.
Easy enough. Yeah. And I'm really surprised. I really thought Sett was going to go against the Galio, because Galio does really well against magic damage. And Mordekaiser doesn't have the most magic damage already, and now he's going to do nothing against this Galio.
Ooh, we do see a bit of engage on the bot side. Nice stun coming out. Ignite from the Leona, and they do get out of that.
Yeah, and no flash is burned, only heal burned. Lulu still has her exhaust, so I think they feel fine with that. Jarvan wants to re-gank this Urgot because he's burnt his flash, but he will get spotted on that control ward.
Oh yeah,
But
sorry, that's what I wanted to highlight just in that top gank, is that it was only, I mean, the Urgot flashed and the Sett flashed. It wasn't two flashes for one, which
it was one
was
for
also
one, yeah.
really ideal.
Sett, okay. I mean, Sett might as well have, in my opinion, gone back there. Because, okay, he might get like 1 or 2 farm here, but I think he's ready.
Ooh. Oh,
Here
the
comes
damage.
Hecarim.
Oh my word. Okay, here comes the Hecarim. Yeah, like you say, does get the charge in. Going for this damage. I'm not too sure if the Sett's face break is up yet. No, it's not.
Yeah, and this is why, just before that, I said, just go back. Just go back and buy. You are pushed so far forward. Yes, you have a ward in the tri-bush, but this horse is so freaking fast. Just go back.
Yeah.
He got nothing from that. Yes, he almost killed the Urgot, but it's not like the Urgot had a flash for him to burn anyway. So he gained nothing but lost everything.
TP being used on the top side to get back to lane, and we do see a small engage on the middle. But yeah, Galio definitely winning these trades out between the Mordekaiser. So like you said, I think this lane switch would have been a lot better for the side of ZAGZ. But,
Yeah, Mordekaiser is gonna struggle. This is now just a farm lane for him. He wants to try and get as much.
Zenith Blade goes in, shield on the Lulu. No, don't step back. She does get the bomb, but no mana coming out from the Leona. Now the turnaround does get some damage from the Vayne. Yo, lucky to live that one. Live through that one. Yeah. Oh.
Galio is roaming. He has his level 6.
Yeah, got a lovely leg spike.
I don't think they should be tower diving necessarily. I don't think Galio is that tanky yet. He has no armor. He's gone full AP. I'm gonna go for that proto bolt, I think, first. Yeah, farm is looking fine. The Mordekaiser is struggling, in the laning trades, but his farm is actually quite good. So yeah, bot lane, everywhere actually, it's very even. We have the gold is basically dead even. Kills and deaths are dead even. So yeah, 7 minutes in, things still very much in the balance here.
Sett going for a trade on the Urgot. Does use the ulti actually onto the Urgot. Does do the shield early, and I think the Urgot could have turned that around. I mean, he does know that the shield was used, so he could have waited, attacked some more, and then used his own ulti to get that execute, but deciding not to.
Yeah, it's tricky. I haven't played enough Urgot to know, when he can trade, because that Sett still had like more than 600 health, and his ulti. Oh wait, they're gonna fight.
Yeah, they're fighting. Here it comes.
Oh.
Ulti. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh my word.
That was so close, man.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, just playing Sett, I mean, you want to utilize the fact that his shield is down, because it has a relatively long cooldown, so that's when you want to go in, and that's when, I mean, he used the shield early there. It's also tricky with the execute on the Urgot, and I suppose that's another thing. I think that Mordekaiser would have done. Jarvan going in does get stunned up and does go down.
No, you stand nothing to gain there. I know, yes, you think, I can maybe steal the dragon, but even if you do, it's not anywhere close to soul point. Honestly, I don't think that was a worth play, especially because he died. Okay, at least he didn't burn flash. But yeah, that I think was a big overstep there from the Jarvan. But yeah, wow, that was a really close trade in the top lane.
Yeah.
In the spot lane, we see Vayne, obviously going towards that Blade of the Ruined King. So Tristana's going to have like more raw damage.
Oh, Xenoblade, here comes the Galio ulti, yeah. Jump onto the Tristana, nice damage. Ulti does come through, gets the kill. Taunt coming through. Tristana actually jumps forwards. Galio tanks the tower for her, and a nice double kill coming up from that bot side.
Yeah, well played.
So, yeah.
Just making use of that CC.
Yeah, and I think Vayne was also just a little bit greedy. We do see Hecarim working on this top side. Here he comes. Speedy Horse does get the Sett. Facebreaker does come through. Not too much damage, and he's gonna go down.
And look at this in the mid lane.
I see the poke. Ooh, Galio almost getting it. There's an attack. Oh, flash. The wings.
buff.
Oh, he actually does get the burn.
Red buff burn.
So a nice solo kill
Wow,
coming out from
and
the Galio.
2 minutes ago, literally 2 minutes ago, things were dead even, and now we have a 3k gold lead.
Flash being burned on the Jarvan on that invade.
Sure. Yeah, so last 2-3 minutes have not gone very well for the blue team, but things are not out of control yet. They just need to try and get things under control again, because yeah, they lost a lot of pressure, they lost a lot of map control over the last couple of minutes, so they just need to be careful. A lot of flashes burnt, like you said. Oof, Zenith Blade almost lands.
Yeah.
I mean, Galio's picked up 2 plates here as well. Oof, yeah. He's sitting on, what's he? He's got 1,000 gold, 302. Just
Tristana
like
goes in onto the Lulu flash
There
and the
comes
play
the
from the
TP.
Leona TP, yeah, from the Urgot, going onto the Vayne. Lulu, Tristana's trying to kill the Lulu, but still
nice.
taking nice solo flare coming out, and they will get the first kill on the Urgot onto the Vayne, and
Where are
Tristana's
you going?
running to the tower, flash over. Oh, she's gonna die anyway, so
She had no
nice
plan.
trade.
I like how they sort of prioritize this. So Urgot's chased the Tristana, and then the bot lane focused on the Lulu. Nicely played there. It looks like in the meantime Hecarim also got Rift Herald.
And pushing this top side onto the... Oh, nice
Yeah,
ulti
I
from the
don't think
Sett.
he can fight this guy on his own.
Ooh, a little early on the shield, but there he keeps going. Oh my word, almost drops him, and first tower gonna go down. Nice Zenith Blade from the Leona, does go in. There's the ulti invisibility from the Vayne to try to get out of this, and they decide to back off. So nice use of that ulti invisibility from the Vayne in that instance.
Wow, and Tristana is now 1,000 gold up over the Vayne. In the mid lane, Galio is just under 2. It's about over 2,500 gold up over the Mordekaiser.
Oh.
No, 1,500. Sorry. But this early on, that's gonna feel like really bad.
I think Rift Herald's about to be dropped.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
This
like
turret
as
should
I
go
said.
down.
Oh, Mordekaiser trying to
Oh,
fight
no,
the
they're gonna
Hecarim.
fight for this.
Oh, here comes Jarvan. Does get the EQ combo into the Cataclysm, flash away from the Galio. Mordekaiser does, yeah. It does get the shutdown, yeah.
They shut down Galio?
Oh, the EQ misses, but here comes the Lulu. Does get the attack, and another one,
Oh.
and does get the kill.
Scumbag support. With the 300 gold shutdown. Leona's roaming.
Here comes Tristana as well. Oh, nice.
Ooh, they need to be
Pull
careful
back,
of this.
grass,
Oh,
obliterate. There goes the Tristana, nice solar flare. Ulti coming out from the Lulu. Obliterate does land, and Tristana actually uses the ulti to hit the Mordekaiser away, jump forward. Here comes 4-man, nice Zenith Blade to dodge the flag and drag onto the Jarvan, but the one more hit onto the Jarvan. The Vayne doesn't get the kill, double kill, jumping on, triple kill coming out. Will he be able to? Actually jumps away for the, instead of chasing the Quadra, so, yo,
damn,
so
well
close.
played, Slave, on the Tristana, using those resets of the jump. Wow, man, I was so sure Vayne was going to get that kill.
Oh, I thought Leona was gonna die, man. Oh, she was like 100 health or something.
Man, I'm gonna go back and see that, but damn. Yeah, and I like this aggression actually out of red side. They have the advantage. It was like a 3k gold lead at one stage. It's now a 6k gold lead. Gonna take the second dragon. They've taken the first herald. They've taken 2 turrets. Haven't lost any. They're really starting to snowball this game, and I think they can. Because Vayne's going to take a long time for Vayne to get online still.
Yeah,
so,
and I mean,
push your advantage.
Yeah, they also Sett did get some turret plates on the top side, but Urgot did respond to them, so yeah, definitely getting as much gold as they can in this early game. Ooh, Urgot waiting here. Is he gonna go in? I don't think so. Oh, here we go, he is running, does get the slow. Here comes the Tristana, doesn't get the knockback, but nice damage, flash of the ward, don't retaliate, okay, that's fine. Forces the flash from the Sett.
Well, it's a good escape for him because 3 people were coming.
Here comes Hecarim, nice taunt, oh my word, the damage onto the Jarvan, does get the kill onto the Hecarim. Mordekaiser trying to do damage, does get the Lulu ulti, but does get the kill, Xenoblade does miss, Galio does use Sett coming in here, Solar Flare is secured, but now the Leona is going to go down. And nice 3-4-1 on the sides of ZAGZ. But Tristana does take that top tower in retaliation, so.
I'm just stuck where Galio ultied in.
Urgot now does get the face breaker. Yes, face breaker, haymaker coming through. Does land, but the true damage doesn't come through. Grass misses from Mordekaiser, but the obliterate does land, takes 2 tower shots in the process. Tristana actually jumping forward, doing the damage. Mordekaiser ultis the Urgot, but Urgot just ultis him in the meanwhile, does get the kill. Tristana trying to run away, double kill coming out from the Urgot. Tristana actually jumping away, killing the Sett. Triple kill coming out. Here comes, oh my word, Galio TPs from the backside and does get the kill, and that's a triple kill with a single kill going onto the Tristana. And ATG now 7,000 gold lead coming out here for them. As I said, we get a lag spike.
Oh my goodness, I'm so far behind, and I'm only on 15 minutes and still stuck.
Okay, I'm on 1540 here.
Yeah.
In terms of items, I don't know
So
if you want.
what soul do we have?
Cloud Soul.
Cloud soul. Okay, yeah. So
Ooh, flash Zenith Blade from the Leona does get the stun. Tristana does hit her, jumps forward. Solar Flare does come out, nice 2-man stun coming out there. Tristana now trying to do the damage on the backside, but we do get a lag spike there. She still continues to do the damage. Flag and Drag does go on. Oh my word, the haymaker coming out from the Sett does get 3, and the shot double kill coming out from the Vayne. Galio is now set here by himself. They are chasing him. Oh, Cataclysm does come through, but the Condemn actually pushes him out, and he will go down. Great haymaker coming out from the side of Sett onto, I think it was 4 members there, so good use of that. Oh.
yeah, and this is starting to look quite heavily in favor of the red side. Gonna take quite something for blue side to come back into this game.
Yeah.
We said, I mean, Vayne wants multiple items before she has the damage that she's looking for. She's still quite a long way from there.
Oh my word, Tristana just deletes Jarvan, has the reset, going for the Sett, no flash on him, does jump forward, haymaker does come through, oh, doing quite a bit of damage, ulti's away, does ulti, and Slave actually gets that kill onto the Sett, and a 3-4-0 trade on that mid lane fight, and looks like they're going for Baron. Rift Herald. It's not even Baron.
I was about to say, I'm only 16 and a half minutes in the game. Yeah.
I thought we were a little bit later, but apparently not.
So Tristana has 2 complete items, whereas Vayne still only has the 1.
Well, just completed the second on the Jinsus now at 1740.
Okay.
Zeke's Convergence coming up from the Lulu, and what's this item? Knight's Vow. That's the one coming up from the Leona.
Yeah, so Knight's Vow and Leona makes sense. I'm quite surprised actually by the Zeke's Convergence. Who has she paired up with? I can't see on my screen. Can you see?
It is the Vayne.
Jarvan? The
No,
Vayne?
she put it on the Vayne, yeah.
That
little...
surprises me. Honestly, I mean, when you pick the Lulu, the Karma, the Yumi, one of these people, I really expect to see, as you know how I feel about this, the Ardent Sensor.
Jarvan goes down. Nice death push coming up from the side of ATG there. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, I just, like I was saying, because of all the shielding that these types of champions do and that Lulu does, I really expect to see the Ardent Sensor rushed together with the Fiend's Unholy Grail. So a bit surprised by the Zeke's Conversions. I mean, yes, it gives quite a lot of armor, but I don't think your role at this stage is to stay alive. Your role is to keep other people alive.
Yeah.
And the Ardent Sensor and Fiends are going to empower your ability to do so. So, yeah, not the biggest fan of the Zeke's Convergence.
Feels bad. Lulu stole the red buff from the Vayne.
Oh, I just saw the death bush.
Rift Herald on this bot side does attack the tower, and they will most likely get this. Leona coming in, solar flare is not going to go down. And Rift Herald will get another charge while Tristana pushes in the mid lane. Nice damage. 4 to 3. Tristana pushing the inhibitor. Oh, Mordekaiser actually ulting the Tristana. They do go in. Tristana doing the damage onto the Mordekaiser, but hasn't killed her yet. Leona is dying, does die. Tristana jumps into the whole team, and now Hecarim has to ulti out to get away. Does use the ghost, and another favorable team fight for the side of ZAGZ. Oh, 21 health being left on the scuttle. Flag and drag does miss from the Jarvan and might be able to turn around. Urgot ulti does miss. And Baron has started here actually. Fear beyond death. Mordekaiser fighting this Urgot. I'm not too sure if this is wise. They do get the ZAGZ off of Baron actually, so well played from him. And everyone backing off of Baron. Are you joined us?
I just saw that mid lane fight.
Right, yeah. The Tristana jumps into the whole team.
Yeah. And I see them now moving towards Baron, maybe, I think.
We do have ATG starting this Baron here. No vision besides the scuttle, but they do know it is happening. TP coming out from the Sett into this bush, but it will be too late. There goes the Baron. Nice Sett ulti into the backline. Nice, does 4 damage. Facebreaker does hit only 1. The Galio ulti does miss, unfortunately. Tristana staying on the backside, does stay alive. Lulu does ulti the Vayne to try to get away. The Condemn coming up, but that is a dead Vayne, and now Lulu is running for her life. Does get the slow onto the Hecarim, and she will live, but nice team fight coming out from ATG.
Yeah, look, I don't think, I mean, I'm looking at the goal difference before they take Baron, so it's going to be, okay, let me just wait for Baron to fall. On my screen. Okay, yeah, I mean, even here, after they take Baron and they take this fight, the lead is still less than 10,000. In the region of 10,000, and yeah, I mean, most of this game, it's looked quite one-sided in favor of the red team, but it's actually been quite close in terms of the goal. It has been within sort of arm's reach for the blue side. So
great face breaker coming out from the Sett on that Tristana, interrupting the jump back. So great play coming out there for him.
Yeah, and where I'm just going with that is that, you know, I don't think if they lose this, that blue team have to be too sort of disheartened by that. You know, yes, it looks like they got steamrolled, but I think, you know, this was just red team. You know, blue team made a couple of poor decisions at certain points in the game that have probably cost in the game. But despite that, they always had a chance sort of to come back in. There was that attempted Baron rush that they tried. They just didn't have the damage for it.
Oh, Hecarim having to use his ulti to get out of a fight going a little bit deep. And Drake coming up in 30 seconds, so we will see if they are able to secure Soul. I think they would be able to, especially most of the team is recalling now. It does take about 30 seconds to get to that Drake. So if ATG can burst it down, they will be able to get it. Yes, I think they are going to be able to secure this. We do have ZAGZ in their base defending against those mega creeps. And as I say, that Tristana is starting it with Hecarim.
Yeah, so now the lead is probably insurmountable unless red team are like diving under the fountain and sort of all die there. They should be able to close this one out. Maybe not with this push, or maybe even with push, do they still have Baron?
Galio does. So does the Leona and Hecarim. The others don't. So they are gonna take this bottom inhibitor. Baron has just worn off. So they do have just a cloud. Tristana is hitting really hard there. Tristana focusing the turret. I think ZAGZ know that it's a final play. Flag and drag does go in. Mordekaiser ulti does come onto the Hecarim, but the Sett just dies almost instantly as Cataclysm does come out. Galio ulti coming down. Does get the knock up onto the Mordekaiser. The Lulu does fall from the Tristana, and Vayne is kind of left alone. Here goes Tristana trying to get the kill. Oh, does get the kill on the backside of that, and this is GG.
Yeah, I understand that this was quite a fast game, so you know it's not like we had 4 item. Gee whiz, I just saw Tristana kill Vayne in the fountain because of that range. But yeah, also not the biggest fan of some of the items coming out here on the blue side. In general, we spoke about the Lulu with the ZAGZ Convergence. I think probably wasn't not my first choice item, not even my second choice item, but other things. I mean, if we have a look at like the Sett itemization, it looks like he wanted to go Blade of the Ruined King second to be able to take on that Urgot, which makes sense if you're going to be able to play that split push game. But because of how quickly like the laning phase ended and how quickly they lost like a lot of turrets and needed to start grouping up, I would have wanted to rather see him abandon any sort of damage and just go tanky. I mean, we saw how Tristana was shredding everyone on the blue side because none of them had enough armor. The Jarvan did try and build a Randuin's, but he didn't have the chance to finish that. Mordekaiser also had some armor, but not nearly enough. But like I said, with the laning phase as well, I think they would have had a better time if they had switched the Sett and the Mordekaiser around. The Sett had a pretty decent time in lane, although he also did lose to that very, very, very close 1v1 against the Urgot. But yeah, you know, so it's not necessarily that I think that they need to ban like the Galio or the Urgot or the Hecarim or anything like that, that those are necessarily problem champions for them. I think some of the execution was just a bit off, and I think, you know, stuff like the Jarvan going in to try and steal the dragon, the first dragon of the game, probably unnecessary kill that he gave over. You know, you immediately, it's not just that you lose a kill, you lose pressure on the map. Because without a jungler, the lanes know that they can push because there's no chance that they're going to be ganked because the jungler is dead. The other jungler can counter farm your jungle, which means you lose gold even when you spawn again. You know, you don't have camps to go and farm. So, you know, that it's really impactful when you die. So if you're going to sacrifice yourself like that, you need to make sure it's really, really worth it. You know, if it's like a Baron steal, if it's soul points, something like that is really meaningful. But first Drake, probably not. But anyway, I'm not saying something like that cost them the game. It's just it's a whole bunch of the point I'm trying to make is for me it was a whole bunch of little things, and if they just you know, if they don't repeat those small mistakes, I think they can do just fine. Like I said, for most of the game up until the Baron and the fight after Baron, the gold was less than 10,000, the gold gap. So not something insurmountable, a lead that you can overtake, especially considering that I don't think they took any towers, or they took one tower in the mid lane. So there was a lot of standing gold on the map. So yeah, I don't think they have to be too disheartened by that.
Yeah, I think the maybe the biggest concern, and I don't know if they want to ban the Tristana in this coming game, but
not on the first round of banning, maybe the second round.
Yeah.
We saw those ADC bans, but I still want to see Volibear, Wukong, unless, you know, these are things that you want to first pick. Something that slipped through completely was the Ornn. Yeah, I don't know. Sett has more flexibility, but I think Ornn is just probably a better pick for the team fights and for the top lane. So yeah, I'm curious to see if we see the Ornn come out. It looks like we're gonna have the same bans coming out from ATG here. It was these exact two first bans as in the last game. Wukong was banned last time by ZAGZ though, so it's still open. You see if they're hoping to maybe trade that for something. I don't know what they would want to trade that for though. Do you maybe ban the Urgot here, unless you have an answer for it? Okay, they are going to ban the Wukong. Because if they just first pick the Urgot here, do you have something to play against it? My thinking then is, maybe you just go the Ornn, because you can just go full tank on Ornn.
Yeah.
You should be able to deal...
Oh.
They're actually going to take the Sett, okay.
Into the Urgot, let's see if it's a switcheroo. Changing it around, maybe...
Yeah. But the thing is, we don't know that this is a Sett top lane.
No, we don't.
ATG, they might play it in the jungle. They might play it in support. So, and this is why he is still, like, he makes sense as a first pick because you don't know where they're gonna put this guy.
Ooh, we've seen quite a bit of ZAGZ
we have seen,
early, and not much lately, but definitely earlier on in the series.
As well.
And stealing of drakes and stuff. We saw a couple of those.
Yeah, look, and he can tower dive and stuff because of his passive that can like reset tower aggro, that sort of stuff. And you know, he is more of a tank than Jarvan is. But otherwise, very similar sort of champion to the Jarvan. Soraka picked this early. Okay, I am very surprised by that. I don't, you know, she's not a bad champion or anything. I'm just surprised that this much priority was given to her this early on. But we'll see what they want to pair that up with.
Ooh, there's a Vayne. Once again, actually, switcheroo, sorry. ATG Slave. We have seen actually ATG Slave on this, and I think I would like to see the Lulu on this one again. We saw it, geez, I think it was week 2 or round 2 and 3 of the league, and ATG Slave did some real damage on your last second pick coming out.
Okay. Yeah, so I was going to say, like, yes, I it's hard for me to argue against the Lulu because she is such a strong support, or even the Thresh. I think those two are quite good in very different ways, so depending on who you're more comfortable on, I think both of them can work. But I was going to say the problem is then you don't get a jungler. And if you don't take a jungler now, you know the jungle options of the jungle pool is going to be banned.
Yeah.
So probably makes sense, but now I expect to see probably the Lulu and the Thresh banned over here by red side. They've managed to pick up their support, so they don't have to worry about that. They don't have an ADC though, so I wonder if we'll see ADC bans on
again,
the blue side and support bans on the red side. This Swain is also a bit of a flex pick. He could go into top. He can actually go into support, but we know that because we have a Soraka, I don't think it will be support.
Soraka top, Swain support, switch it all up.
Okay, so we saw a Leona ban, that's fine as well. We saw, is Bandit, the support. He had a really good game on Leona in that last game.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to play Soraka, the last thing Soraka wants to deal with is heavy engage. The Sett, the Thresh is still available. The Sett could still be flexed into the bot lane. I don't think he will be, but he could be. But yeah, the Blitzcrank is also still there.
Again, ADC focus coming out.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
I don't know. I feel like there's so many ADCs, but yeah, definitely a couple. I would not expect a Lulu pick. Yeah. Okay. Varus trying to keep his distance.
Yeah, and let's see how they round this out. So if there's no hardcore tanks, then like a lethality Varus could work. But if these two, if we see two like heavy tanks come out here, then we might have to see the on-hit Varus rather than the lethality Varus. So let's have a look. There's the Thresh.
Oh yeah.
I think are they going to switch? It's the Thresh on my screen.
It shows Blitz on mine. Oh, what?
What happened to the time? It went like, what?
0 seconds for like 7 seconds.
Yeah, and then it switched back up 3. and then it became Taric. Okay. Okay. Wow. So all sort of very similar. They have some sort of ability to keep Vayne alive, and they have CC. Oh, and now Bandit.
On the
Did he-
LeBlanc.
Okay, yes, okay. Sorry, the
Sure.
time ran out and you
Yeah.
didn't pick, but okay, we have a LeBlanc. So now we'll see if this is going to be Swain. I think this is Swain in the top lane. I think they want to put range against the Sett. I don't think they want to play melee into the Sett, but we'll see. It could still be something like the Ornn. Surely not. Okay, so Lethality Varus in the mid lane is my thinking.
Then Swain in the top lane, Caitlyn in the bot with the Soraka.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Because I can't imagine Caitlyn going into sort of any other lane other than bot lane. The problem is, if it is Lethality Varus in the mid lane, good luck. Because LeBlanc's going to be licking her lips at that tasty
Yeah.
ADC in the mid lane, if it is. They could maybe send Varus into the top lane and put Swain in. I would probably rather want to play Swain against the LeBlanc if I had a choice, but then, you've got this immobile ADC in the top lane, which can be quite a long lane, especially if your wave is pushed in. And again, even their Sett level 6 is probably also going to have quite a nice time against an ADC. So curious to see how this works out.
I actually like
But,
this LeBlanc pick coming out here. Oh man, with 2 ADCs and a Soraka.
Yeah, she's
Some
well,
juicy
the problem
targets
is she
there.
actually has too much choice. She's hopefully not going to get confused or lost. Go too crazy like a kid in a candy shop over here. But yeah, no, look, I mean, if she can start snowballing this Caitlyn and this Varus, I'm not going to get a chance to play League of Legends. Soraka's not going to get a chance to heal her team. And Zach and Swain are going to be left alone to 2v5. So let's see how they manage to pull this off. I'm trying to think in terms of the team fights. Yeah, it's sort of a traditional front to back on ZAGZ's side. Not the most AP damage coming out here. I mean, Swain is AP. But yeah, armor on Sett and Taric are gonna go a long way towards shutting down what the Kayn and Varus are gonna be able to do.
Yeah.
But in theory, having 2 ADCs, I suppose, against a LeBlanc's only going to be able to burst one of them down at a time. So, I suppose the hope there is that they, LeBlanc kills one, but then they manage to trade back for that kill, maybe kill the LeBlanc, and it only becomes like a 1-for-1.
It's going to be
And then you sort of
scary
an ADC.
with the Sett.
Yeah.
Onto the Swain, either the Swain or the Zac.
That,
If both of them engage, or if the Swain
Yeah.
ultis, then you can just ulti that person into the back line.
Yeah.
And I mean, Caitlyn has the 90 caliber net to escape a little bit, but Varus has no escape besides the ulti to lock them down. So they're going to have to rely on the Soraka to try heal them. But again, I mean, the Soraka can only heal so much and one person at a time. So besides the ulti.
And the more she heals, the less health she's going to have. And LeBlanc's just going to hit her with a Q and she's going to die. So, yeah, a very different draft coming out here from ZAGZ. Look, you can argue that, they already lost the first game, so why not try something different? But yeah, this is going to be tricky, especially if this is Varus in a solo lane. Kayn is a great ganker as well. The fact that he can come out of those walls, he's going to be licking his lips as well. So let's see.
It's going to be interesting to see, and I suppose we can get your opinion on, do you think, look, I don't know much about Kayn. I've tried to play him and decide which one to go, but do you think it's going to be the assassin build? I mean, there's quite a bit of range coming out on that side. So
I think you go assassin.
Yeah, I tend to agree
that
with
means
you.
they basically have to assassin, then LeBlanc assassinates someone, Kayn assassinates someone before the fight has pretty much even started, and you have a 3v5.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so for anybody who is joining us, we are just about to start the second game of ATG 0 versus ZAGZMarshmellowZ. We do have another game at 8 o'clock. Not specifically this. Well, these teams, ZAGZMarshmellowZ is playing another game at 8:30, but there are quite a few games playing at 8 o'clock. So we got a lot of action coming out here tonight. But yeah, let us know who you think is going to take this game too. ATG did take their first game, so gonna be I feel like it's gonna be another interesting game. Like we mentioned before with the ADCs and stuff, I have a black screen, so we can't look at masteries or summoners.
The worst is I'm in. They haven't started the game, but I'm in game. But we know what that means. Is that it means I'm not going to get to watch any League of Legends. Yeah, I mean, pretty standard masteries coming out here. Yeah. So the only one that's maybe a little bit different to usual is Varus. Varus has Hail of Hits.
Okay. So going probably on hit.
Yeah, but even with on hit, usually something like the lethal temp. So it'd be interesting to watch that. But yeah, it looks like it is going to be a Varus in the mid lane. And if it's Varus in the mid lane, I would expect it to be lethality Varus in the mid lane. But let's see how this works.
Okay.
I don't think this Halo Blades is going to work that well for him.
Jump all the way to live time for you guys. I don't think anything happened. Oh, nope, nothing happened. So you guys are all set. Let me just. There is one thing I need to change. There we go. Taric, Soraka. Who do we have? Caitlyn in the bot lane, yeah, like we mentioned. There we go. I think this Sett might get a little bit bullied in the beginning with this Swain. I mean, not that Sett normally struggles against ranged matchup, but look at he does have the I don't know what it is, the Q, Sett's Q to speed up to try to get to the Swain. Nice leash coming out from both bot laners, and yeah, both junglers starting on this bottom side, so maybe see. We did have Ironhide, yeah, on that Jarvan invade, but doesn't look like he's gonna do it this time.
Yeah, I think he's on the wrong champ to try and pull that off.
Yeah.
And it would have been a bad idea because Kayn started on his red, so he would have run into an empty jungle. Yeah, look, I expect the Swain to try and bully the Sett as much as possible in the early game when he can really exploit that range. Because once it gets to about level 6 or so, probably even just level 3, this Sett's going to be able to hit back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm really curious to keep my eye on this mid lane though. I mean, I think, you know, once, again, it's also similar to sort of like the top lane, LeBlanc probably waiting for her level 6, but I think once she has level 3 even, she can already start to trade favorably onto this Varus, so
yeah,
keep my eye on that.
Oh, stun does come down. Vayne doesn't have the condemn, but here comes the Zac. Oh, the damage. Heal does come through. Zac does miss his jump, so trap's not landing. As I say that, we get a lag spike. Stuck here watching the Taric hit the Zac. Okay, Zac's still here. Caitlyn doing some damage. Heal does come out from the Vayne, and I would actually say that's a favorable. Oh, I don't need to show that replay, but favorable trade coming out from the bot side. There's a fight in the top side. Here comes the Kayn as well. Nice face breaker coming out. Kayn coming for the damage. Does not get the slow. Will get the dash, and does get first blood coming out from the Kayn. So
yeah,
great gank.
Yeah, and he is. I mean, he's a jungler that thrives on ganks because of the fact that he, you know, walls and cliffs and all that sort of stuff. Terrain means nothing to this man. He just literally runs through it.
Oh, stun coming down on the bot side. Silence does come through here. Zac once again. Will he be able to hit the knockup? He does land the knockup this time. Will get the stretchy arms. Does knock it up. Caitlyn does land the something and does get the kill. I don't know what it's called, but actually Soraka gets the kill.
Soraka got that, yeah.
What is Caitlyn's Q? Peacemaker, that's the one. It's this whole thing with
PC. And Kayn could come through this wall when he finishes Raptors. Let's see if he tries.
Ooh, yeah. Will he? Waiting for
Pretty sure he's
it.
gonna try.
Varus is pushing up. Oh, here comes the Zac. Does miss the knock up. Here comes the Kayn on the backside. Does get the slow flash coming out from the Varus. Stun on the bot side. Not able to get that. Oh, headshot.
Oh,
Flash
finally.
headshot coming out from the Caitlyn to get the kill. Nice condemn into the wall from the Vayne. Healing coming out from the Soraka. Will they actually? Vayne gets the kill. It does get some healing back, and oh my word, the Aerie actually gets the kill for the Soraka on that Vayne on the bot side. Small engage in the top side, but that's about it. So once again, a lot of damage coming out in this early game. Let's see here. Beer Sword coming out from the Caitlyn. Double dagger is coming out for the Vayne. Sett getting Mercury boots early, which I like. TP coming out from the top side, well, into the top side. Are you still lagging?
No, look, I'm backing, but I'm definitely behind you guys. But that's okay. So is this an AD Varus?
Does look like it. I don't know of a AD item that builds from.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
There's no AD item that builds from, what's that, Fiendish Codex, yeah. Look, it could be Nash's Tooth, so it's like an AP
Hybrid.
attack speed, but then even there I would have expected to see Lethal Tempo to really make use of that attack speed bonus. But you know, Halo Blades, yeah, it's just a temporary bonus as well, so we'll see if he can make that work.
Kayn coming on this bot side, Vayne does go in. Silence does come down, but the stun does miss, and Soraka sacrificing herself for the greater good to protect her ADC. A nice gank once again coming out from this Kayn, and we should actually keep track of that transformation, which we can't, unfortunately. Does start Ocean Drake, yeah?
Yeah, unfortunately we can't see the progress on that.
Yeah. Ooh, TP coming by the Drake onto the ward. Zac coming in. Stun does hit the Zac. Who's gonna get the... Oh, early smite from the Kayn, and the Zac does get the smite, and the fail flash coming out from the Kayn to try to get over the ward does die. Varus ulti coming onto the Taric and does secure that kill, so... Bad trade coming out from the side of ATG. Ooh. I'm not too sure if you want to take that. LeBlanc going in on this Varus. Doesn't have much mana left. I'm surprised she didn't try to go for the execute with a level 6. I think if she does another rotation of her spouse, we'll be able to secure that kill unless Varus goes back.
I think she just didn't know if barrier was up or not. You know, so at the moment I'm just watching your stream, so a little bit behind, but not as far behind as my client is, which is still at the Drake fight. But yeah, so there we had an example of Ironhide going in, like he did last time, to try and steal the dragon away, but this time he had support.
Oh.
So this time it worked in his favor.
Oh, and Varus does get the kill on the LeBlanc in that mid lane. Relatively simple gang. Nice interrupt. Kayn coming on this bot side, does get the dash. There's the slow. Vayne going forwards, headshot does come through for the Caitlyn onto the Kayn, but not enough damage coming through on that gank. Bit more orbs picked up for this Kayn to transform. So getting closer and closer to that assassin state. Do see Rift Herald started on the top side. Does look like ZAGZ will get this relatively comfortably. There it goes.
Yeah, so that looked like a good time to take Rift Herald, because top lane had pushed in the wave, mid lane had pushed in the wave, so both those laners just go and help the jungler to take down that Rift Herald. What I'm not a fan of is when bot lane, rotates top to try and take it, when the other bot lane is still in lane, because then what usually happens is that the bot lane that stays behind ends up taking at least 2 turret plates, which is all that Herald actually gives you in the end, so then it doesn't become worth it.
Oh, Vayne getting a kill on the bot side onto the Soraka. Did see quite a bit of action everywhere. Zach actually going back in, does get the double knockup. Damage coming through, Slinky Arms does work. Shield coming in the wrong direction, and now Zach's passive is going to come out, but Swain could possibly do it. One more shot onto the Zach passive, does get it actually, and Swain stays alive. So very close fights coming, even a trade in the mid lane onto the LeBlanc and the Varus. And just back and forth coming from these teams. Caitlyn doing their best, ulti coming out. Does land, flash being forced from the Caitlyn, and no tower aggro, so nothing too crazy coming. Yeah, and look, I mean, Caitlyn is, what, 30 CS ahead, almost 40, 30, just about, 35. Ooh, Sett coming in this top side onto the Swain. Slow does come through, but Swain has no mana. Trying to execute, does get the slow, tower hit does come through, and that is going to be a dead Swain. Nice handoff to the aware Sunbear from the jungler. And easy kill coming out there. Ooh, we got tower races. Oh, they're gonna get it bot side for sure. Yep. Oh. Wave actually not in the right position. Caitlyn hard pushing here. Trying to get this first tower. And yeah, I will increase to the lead. Vayne attacking the Zach a little bit. Almost going through. Stun does miss. Silence does come through. Taking some tower hits. Zach does miss his jump up, but does hit his slinky arms. And they decide to turn her around and run away. Securing the first tower, so well done to them.
Yeah, so I mean, this game is still fairly close if we look at the goal difference, and that's so you know, much like the last game that we had, the difference being that it was close like this up until like 7 minutes, and then within like it all changed drastically within 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll see if the same thing happens in this game, or if Marshmellow are able to hang on for a bit longer this time.
They are starting the second Drake. Who's Sett fighting the Swain. Swain does use his ulti, does spawn the Rift Herald. As I say that, ZAGZMarshmellowZ do pick up the Cloud Drake. Doing more damage. There's Away Sunbear does use the shield. Perfect timing for the ulti to come through, and he should be able to get this kill. Does he get the speed up? He does, into the face break and secures that kill. So nice solo kill coming out from the top side. Good patience coming out from that face breaker. No, haymaker. That's the one.
Yeah, very very nicely played there by Away Sunbear on the Sett, because it looked like the Swain was going to be able to take that at a stage. So yeah, we did see actually a Nash's Tooth come out here from the Varus, so it is more of like an on-hit Varus build. So not something that I've seen before. I don't know if you have.
No, I actually have never seen a Nash's Tooth coming out from a Varus. Normally, in terms of ADCs, we do see like Blade of the Ring King or something coming when it's on hit Jinsu's. So it will be interesting to see if he does go for that Jinsu's, but
yeah, my guess is if you're gonna go Nash's Tooth, then you're gonna go Jinsu's.
Yeah.
Sort of similar items in the sense that they both attack speed, but with like an AP focus.
And some AD. But I don't think it has any cooldown reduction, if I'm not mistaken. So
no, okay, yeah. So
yeah.
No cooldown
but
reduction. But I don't think the cooldown reduction here is too much of the focus either.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just about that attack speed.
And this Inferno Soul actually going to be really good for the side of ZAGZ, just because of their damage output being a little higher than ATGs with the two ADCs. Especially on hit, it allows for a little bit more damage, but we will have to keep an eye out on that. Kayn, has Kayn transformed? Yes, he has, and he actually went the tanky build. He didn't decide to go the assassin. So being another tank.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it depends on how you want to attack this two ADC. You can either try and shut it down by having two assassins jump on them, which I thought made a little bit more sense to me, or otherwise you just you have so much of a tanky front line that they just can't kill you. I think I still prefer the assassin, but let's see if Flection can make this tank build work.
And as you say that, I get a lovely lag
I see,
spike.
so. I see, so. So now I'm watching your stream.
My lag is your lag.
We're all in this together.
Oh, I was gonna... Yeah. Can we just... I'll just keep quiet. Okay, just in terms of gold lead, we do have... Not much actually, it's about 100 gold lead coming out from the side of ZAGZMarshmellowZ. Varus ulting the Kayn here actually, but deciding not to. Here comes the Zac. It does get the knock up. Dash away from the LeBlanc, and he can dash back. Stun does miss from the Taric, but here comes the Sett on the backside. Nice root coming out from the LeBlanc. Double root forces the flash from the Zac, but here comes the OT. Yeah, Swain does actually get ulted into the team for him, and that might have been a mistake from Away Sunbear. Vayne just attacking on this backside. Not too sure he wants to be focusing the Zac with the passive, going after the Soraka now. Does get this double kill. Now focus the Zac. Nice face breaker into a lag spike that causes the Haymaker to come out. No, I'm joking, I don't know. Still sitting on that lovely lag spike.
I don't know how LeBlanc got away, man.
Yeah,
she's sitting on so little health.
Yeah. Let's see there towards the tower. Oh my word.
That ulti from the Taric was quite meaningful. It came through just too late to save himself, I think, but it saved the other person that he ulted. I didn't see. I think it was the Sett. Or the Kayn, maybe.
Oh, what a lag spike coming out here. Okay, in terms of sums, Varus does have his flash, so does the Caitlyn. And those are the only two members besides the Zac alive. Vayne has flash, Sett has flash. So, whenever League of Legends decides to let us continue watching this game, we shall get into it. I don't know what to do.
All we can do is wait.
I don't know what to do. I haven't got a clue. Yeah. The last time I had a lag spike this long, it gave me some error and then I had to quit and rejoin. So... Oh, it forced me to quit, so we'll have to see with regards to that. But so far, just forcing us. And if I try to go back in time? Can I go back in time? Oh, nope. Gets us stuck in exactly the same place. I tried for you guys. I hope you know that. Try my best to get this lag away. I wonder if I should try quit. Should I quit? Hit me with a thumbs up if I should try quit.
Look, you can. It'll allow you to reconnect. Because I tried that earlier. It made no difference to mine.
Let me try. Fortunately, gonna have to...
Yo, we're gonna miss this fight then.
I'm pretty sure we will. I think we would have missed it anyway. Oh, I can't even quit apparently. Oh, wait, here we go. Reconnect. Come on, baby. You got this. Okay, it is just going around and around in a circle. Okay, reloading. I'm gonna be really sad if it doesn't do anything. If it just goes back to the same point. So, stuck in the loading screen now. I wonder if the league client broke. Eventually. I feel like it's about time for them to fix it, so.
Yeah, it's been quite bad. Not just today, but quite, for like the last week or so.
Yeah.
We've really had issues.
Well, I know I did see in terms of, I think it was the developers that were saying they kind of cleaning up the servers or the coding for League of Legends, and especially the client, to try and make it more streamlined and load faster and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's done the opposite. But apparently, according to them, they've done some tests and stuff and showing that it is running smoother. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going.
Maybe running smoother for everyone based in Europe.
Yeah.
Closer to a server. I don't know if you watched any of the Formula 1 today, but it makes me think of what happened to Max Verstappen.
I did not. What happened?
So basically, they told him to do something to the car, like the mechanic dudes, whatever, that are in his ear.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he did it, the car broke. Literally, he had to forfeit. Like, he was second, and then he had to forfeit.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, so
That
and he
must
was
have
so pissed.
Yeah,
like
can
when he took it to the pit stop, they tried to fix it. It happened again, and he just climbed out and walked away. Like he didn't say anything to anyone. Unable to download
Yeah.
spectator data.
I was gonna say, did you see the lovely message?
Sorry guys, this is completely out of our control. But yeah, and sorry to feel a little bit like how he might have felt earlier as well. Gonna throw this thing away, but we'll never throw LOL away. We LOL addicts.
I was gonna say, it's like I don't know, a healing slave that's poisoned or something. It heals you, but poisons you at the same time. It's like good and bad for you. No, man. And if I can't quit now. Because, let's see if I go back. Okay, wait, we in. Here we go. We made it, eventually. Somehow. Somewhere. Okay. I'm not too sure who won that last fight. I'm unfortunately unable to go back in time, yeah. I'm trying to just catch up to real time quickly. Oh, here we go. As I say that, I get a lovely lag spike. So, in terms of items completed, we can go that while we get another lag spike. We got Zanya's coming out from the Swain with the Rod of Ages. Blade of the Ranking with the Triforce coming out from the Sett. We got Black Cleaver and Aegis of the Legion coming out from Kayn. And just a juggling item coming out from the ZAGZ. Got Lich Bane and Nash's Tooth, which is very strange. But 5, 1, and 2 on this Varus, so clearly working. Ludens with Sorcery Boots coming out from the LeBlanc. And as I say that, they do pick up the Drake, and Blade of the Ranking Jinsu's with boots on the Vayne. Stormraiser, Guardian Angel actually coming out second from the Caitlyn, which is also a little bit different.
Yeah, look, I think she's expecting to be burst down by the LeBlanc
Yeah.
and hoping that only one rotation can kill her. So hoping that after if she does go down, that if she revives and Soraka heals her back up, that the LeBlanc won't be able to burst her down again. And this is where the fact that Kayn is a tank and not an assassin as well might come back to bite them. Yes, blue team are, just over 2,000 gold in the lead by the looks of things, but Drakes are even. There's a bit more standing gold on the map for Marshmellow, so things are still fairly even.
Yeah. Athene's coming out from the Soraka, and nice foul coming out from the Taric, and man, another lag spike. Yeah, 3-ish thousand gold coming out from the side of ATG actually. Is that going in? Does miss the knockup. Stretchy arms does land, but nice knockup from the Kayn. Kayn actually just getting shut down in this mid lane, and the burst actually quite significant coming out from this Varus. Oh, here we go. Sett, nice ulti onto the backside. Soraka is trying to heal. Ulti coming down. Oh my word, the Soraka is so low, no one can finish her. Unfortunately, Vayne hitting on the front side, and we do get another lag spike in the fight. Why?
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Oh, here we go, back into it. Vayne attacking the ZAGZ. Does get it down now, going on to the Swain. Flash coming out from the Taric, I think it is. We do have Sett chasing this backside, trying to kill the Soraka. Vayne trying to get away. Stretchy arms does land, but no damage coming out. Unfortunately, won't be able to get that kill, but Sett does get the kill. Double kill onto the Soraka, and now going back into this fight. Sett coming through. Knockup does land, nice face breaker into the double stun coming out from the Taric. Great haymaker coming out to get the kill onto the Sett, onto the ZAGZ. Double kill coming out from the Sett onto the ZAGZ. Unfortunately, Taric stepping a little bit too forward, but triple kill coming out for the Sett, and great fight. A very elongated fight, but a great fight coming out from ATG.
I think that's actually a penta.
Yes, you are correct. Unofficial.
Yeah.
Penta?
Because it was a double, and then after that a triple.
The triple, yes.
So very nice, well played by the Sett, yeah. And just like that, when I said it was quite even, it was a 5-0-6, which is pretty fit, but now he's 10-0-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna be hitting quite hard now.
Yeah, 5,000 gold lead after that fight. Still 2 more Drakes before we get Soul, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Next I think would be Baron, so...
So a bit of AP now coming out from the Varus. I wonder if he's going to go Rapidons next.
Ooh, and Vayne just released the Soraka, going for the Swain, does get the pull back. Heal coming out from the Taric, does get the kill onto the Swain, and that's a triple kill coming out from the Vayne. Just going in there all by himself. ATG Slave showing us once again how to play that Vayne.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Damn. And feeling confident, I think, also to step forward because he knows that, Taric is in the region and can always just throw that ulti down onto him if need be.
And we do get another lovely lag spike. Oh, here we go, back into it. Caitlyn trying to defend this tower. Slow actually coming out from the Blade of the King. Knockup does land onto the Sett. He's still chasing OT onto the ZAGZ to get onto the backline. That's a kill. Nice stun coming out. Taric is tanking the tower. Here comes the Vayne. Actually does get trapped, which is great. Flash forward actually coming out from this Vayne. Doing quite a bit of damage. Heal coming out from the Soraka. Push on the top side with the LeBlanc. We'll get that inhibitor, and I'm sure they... Oh, going forward. Almost gets the electrocute proc, but not yet. Inhibitor in the mid lane falling, and I think ATG are just going to back off on this one. Varus is chasing. Flash ulti, but misses thanks to the little dash coming out from the Vayne, or the tumble, should I say. And that's all she wrote.
Wow, yeah, that was pretty close. I think the Varus might have thrown it just a little wide as well. But yeah, Vayne not even having, well, she didn't have flash. Varus without his flash, that's again gonna look quite juicy for this LeBlanc to jump onto.
Vayne, oh, the flash. Blue team do get the Baron. So nice secure. LeBlanc goes onto the Soraka, does get the chain CC. Redemption does come out. Kayn does get the kill. And the rest of the team decide to back while LeBlanc and Kayn are chasing.
Oh my goodness, I think I saw Baron drop to 190 before Kayn finished it off.
Okay, I
Cutting it over
don't know
close.
if he had smite there. I'm not too sure. I
think he
think he
did.
must have, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Drake coming up in 13 seconds. So they will be going for this relatively soon. LeBlanc
Sure,
getting
and,
gifted blue.
Just like that, we have a gold lead in excess of 10,000. So yeah, that's what I was saying earlier is they, Marshmellow in game one as well kept it even for quite a long time, and then it's just like just one bad fight kind of thing, and then things sort of just snowballing out of their control, and ATG just starting to pull away.
Oh, nice damage coming up from the LeBlanc. Does use the trickery to get back to the spot she was at. Forces the Soraka heal. Headshot does come through onto the LeBlanc from the Caitlyn. Sett trying to chase down this Caitlyn. Does use the face breaker. Ulti coming down, but they don't actually. Oh, they do actually just get it in the dash coming through. LeBlanc does go down from the Varus. Vayne just wreaking havoc on this team, actually tanking up some tower shots. Does get the triple kill. I think it's the Quadra if I'm not mistaken. No, ace coming out from the Kayn. And this does look like it's going to be GG coming out from the side of ATG. So nice series for them. 2-0. Oh, replay failed as I get to the GG part. Sure,
Is that
nice.
is it GG?
Yeah.
Because I'm not okay.
GG does come out from ATG as I get the replay fail notification. So, well played to them, taking that series 2-0.
Damn, and this set, first pick proving why they put so much priority on him.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't have the graph to show, but I'm not too sure what he ended. It must have been 12 and something, or 14 and something.
Yeah, 12, 0, and 10.
Yeah, so definitely pulling out that set. Good game. Even the Vayne, like we mentioned earlier on, ATG Slave on that Vayne, definitely doing quite a bit of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone she was scared walking forward into. She's not scared walking forward into a Soraka. If she's trading with if she's within like attack range of a Caitlyn, she's probably taking that fight any day. Same with the Varus. So yeah, I mean, if someone like the ZAGZ jumps onto her, she has the Condemn to knock them back. Swain's also not really coming into melee range, so yeah, I think a good choice of character, appropriate choice of ADC in that context, and also a very good execution.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you mentioned, ZAGZ had it for most of the game, keeping the gold relatively close, and then, like you said, maybe one or two team fights, and then everything just seems to go out of the window, and the gold lead just seemed to build up too much, and ATG were able to snowball on that and kind of continue to push the lead and go for the win.
Yeah.
In terms of, so I'm just looking here, we do have, who is that, ZAGZ versus ATG. So ATG actually played, they might be able to, so they were third, playing 6 and 1-6, and now obviously they played this one, so played 7-1-7. which puts them second, moves them to second place. Maybe I should just show you guys this on the stream here so you guys can see. So here they were third, moving to second. If they don't lose again, they will be able to go to first. Not too sure. I don't think there's any other games for them this week. I think their last two games are here we go, the 6th. Yeah, so starting tomorrow they play, well, whenever they schedule, they'll be playing GG Crimson, and then level 1 oldies. So too much
in the table.
level 1 oldies are, let me just get back up to this, 4th at the moment, so not too bad, and GG Crimson are 5th. So I think I say it's relatively close, but level 1 oldies are only on 15 points, where ATG's on 18, O'Shadow's on 20, and XYZ Reflex on 22.
So ATG could still top the table.
Yeah, if they continue to win all of their games, yeah, they just got to win those two, and then essentially they're at the top.
Yeah. So the fact that who's at the top now?
XYZ Reflect.
Yeah, the fact that they've lost one makes me think that they probably lost to ATG.
As far as I remember,
because ATG haven't lost.
They lost to O'Shadow Synergy, but yeah, I might be mistaken on that. I don't have the exact.
Okay, so we'll be back with more ATG games in an hour.
No, so ATG are only playing tomorrow. So we do have games at 8, I think it is. Or let me just go back down here. We do have. Ugh, I'm going too far now on this. So we have ZAGZMarshmellowZ versus GG Crimson, which is 2nd and 5th place, I think it is. Oh no, 6th and 5th place. Fighting for that spot. If ZAGZ win, they will go above GG Crimson actually, I think. I'm not too sure exactly on the points. And we have Era Eternity versus level 1 oldies. But we will be bringing you guys the action of ZAGZMarshmellowZ and GG Crimson at about 8:30. And probably see you back then. So I'm not too sure if I'm just going to. Nope, I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much once again, Chicken Boy, for joining.
Cool.
And hopefully we see you at 8:30. If not, have a good rest of your Sunday. Same to all of you guys watching, and I will definitely see you guys at 8:30. And yeah, to another game.
We're not running round in circles anymore. Feels like I've been blown away, and I won't do it again. No, I won't do it again. No, and I won't do it again. And I won't do it again. magician, tricking me to loving you. Turning pages, looking for something